In today's video, I will be going over the pros and cons of the cargo van business, and as well as the pros and cons of the box truck business. Which one's easier to start, which one's easier to get started with, and which one might have the right budget for you. It's the transportation industry, so I'm also going to be comparing the two, and then you'll see the big difference between the two by the end of this video. I'm even going to be teaching you the qualifications and the requirements that you will need to get started in both of these businesses if you are a beginner carrier. What's good, YouTube? My name is KINGLATTA, and if you don't know me by now, I am a 21-year-old entrepreneur. I did start a cargo van business at the age of 19 and have been financially free ever since, and it is my job here to make sure you can do the same thing and to start you up a six-figure trucking business. Now, this is the transportation industry, and I am an expert in transportation, so if you look at this video right here, I will show you how you can make some money with your four-door car so that you can eventually afford your cargo van and get started making $100 to even $600 a day in this business. I know a lot of us don't have the funds to necessarily buy a cargo van right now, and renting will take a lot of profit. So if you can grind your way at the bottom, start with your four-door sedan and start moving these loads and these gig apps right here, now you can be successful and eventually work your way up to that cargo van or even that box truck. But a lot of information coming out in this video, man. You don't want to miss anything. Don't skip this video. You want to know all these pros and cons, man. Stay tuned for more after the intro. Woo! So guys, we got the cargo van section right here, then we got the box truck section right here, and if you can't see it right now, I will be zooming in during this video. We got the cargo van, then we got the box truck. So the first pro for cargo van is, of course, it's cheaper. Cargo van is definitely cheaper to buy and cheaper to rent than a box truck. Cargo vans can be costing you about $50 a day to rent, and then if you're owning a cargo van, you want to go on Facebook Marketplace, buy yourself a cheap cargo van, you know, something. Try to keep it within that 10-year-old mark, okay? So it's 2023 right now. You don't really want to get a cargo van under 2012, all right? Because a lot of brokers are not going to work with you because you have an older van. You can spend about $6,000 to own one out in cash, guys. You can find one on Facebook Marketplace for $5,000 to even $7,000 for a very good cargo van, or you can finance and pay, you know, $2,000 down and finance about $500 a month. So we have, let's just say $5,000 cash for the cargo van, or $2,000 down payment with $500 a month. And then with the box truck, guys, this price is more expensive. You're looking about $50,000 cash for these box trucks. Or if you want to get a used box truck, which I don't suggest getting a box truck from just a normal owner operator, because of course if an owner operator is selling their box truck, that means they've beat it up, they're done with it, they're trying to get out the business. Maybe they're getting out the business because their box truck is causing them trouble. You don't want to buy a used box truck with over, you know, 150,000 miles on it from, you know, a owner operator that's selling it on Facebook. So you want to go to a box truck, you know, dealership. You want to pay, you know, average price, but let me just warn you, most of these box trucks that are getting sold nowadays are limits. It's gonna be a problem with it, and it's not if you break down, it's when you break down. So you always have to account for maintenance. So not necessarily $50K cash, but you can spend about $30K cash if you want to get a box truck from a private seller. But it's gonna cost you about $50K to $70K to finance, which is gonna be 15% down, which is going to be about $12,000 to $15,000, guys, on a down payment for this box truck. Now, in this cargo van industry and this transportation industry, it's gonna take you about a couple months to get this $12,000 to $15,000 saved up, all right? So even if you are making $4,000 a month with your cargo van business, that's pretty good, you know what I'm saying? You can now save hopefully $3,000 to $2,000, if not maybe $1,500 a month. But to get this $12,000, guys, it's gonna take you about 6 months to save up so you can eventually buy this box truck. So we got the price of things down, guys, and now I want to go over the gas. Gas is a big difference in these two vehicles, man. So cargo van gas, you're looking at like a V8 engine. You're looking at something that your Ford F-150 or your Silverado is going to drink up, man. So now on the gas, you have about, let's say $50 to, let's say, $100 a day on gas, depending on how far you're driving. All right, and then boom, in a box truck a day, you have about, let's say, 200 to even sometimes $500 to $600 in gas, depends on how long you're driving, depends on how far you're driving. So like me, if you're driving a full 14 hours straight, man, you're gonna need to fill up about 3 or 4 times, and a box truck takes about $200 to fill up. So that's why I say $200 to even $600 sometimes when you are driving a box truck. And a box truck is no different from a semi in gas. They're about the same. Box trucks may drink a little less gas than semi just because they're carrying less weight, but that truck engine is basically the same. So you're spending $600 a day if you are driving all day in a box truck, and about $100 or maybe $120 if you're driving all day in a cargo van. So before we get more into the video, please guys, go ahead and check out the links in the description. Check out all the useful links. Go ahead and schedule you a coaching call where you can talk to me for a 10 to 30 minute conversation for only $10, and I will teach you exactly how to start your cargo van business the best way, and how to start your box truck business, or even your dispatching business, and even your online business, man. Any niche that you need, any question that you have is available for answering in the best way possible on the coaching call. KINGLATTA, link in the description. Also, man, we do have the YouTube memberships with exclusive YouTube content, no ads, no promo, and no fluff, straight to the point, and all the best information that you need in the YouTube membership. And we also do offer ebooks. If you're a more visual reading learner, guys, you can learn how to start your cargo van, box truck business, online business, and all of that, and a lot of ebook, link in the description. And also, I am running a special right now. I am starting online stores for only $200. You can schedule a consultation for your customized store, and the Calendly /KingLatta link in the description. Back to the video. Woo! So before we get into more compare and contrast between the two, I do want to go over the requirements. And guys, the first thing you're gonna need for both of these businesses, or any business you start, is an LLC and an EIN number. So this LLC will only take you a couple of days to get set up, really just one day, man, if you go through Inc. file or is in business, and now you have your EIN number and your registered business. Then the next thing you're gonna want to do is get a business bank account, and the reason you're getting this business bank account is for tax write-off purposes. So your business bank account is definitely going to be separate from your personal. Your EIN is definitely going to be separate from your social. So now you're two different people, guys, and this is how you leverage your taxes and how you can get paid back some money at the end of the tax year. Once you have this business bank account, you eventually want to start applying for some credit. Once you get credit, guys, you then want to start getting some funding. But the main important thing about this business bank account is that you're keeping track of all your business expenses so that you can write off everything that you buy. Gas, clothes, food, everything while you're over the road, man, equipment, everything is a write-off when it comes to business. And then the last step you would need to do to start up this business is, of course, get a business phone number. Business phone number is very important in this transportation industry. You may not think so, but once you get started in this industry without a business phone number, this is when you will notice this big difference. There's going to be a lot of people calling you every day offering their services. There's going to be dispatching companies calling you, there's going to be factoring companies calling you, and there's going to be fuel card companies calling you guys so that you can register your business and their services, and they can make money off of you. And you're going to get about 10 to even sometimes 20 calls a day from businesses, you know, just cold calling, trying to get you to give them some money. So the easiest way to fix this, man, is get you a business phone number, so when you don't want to be bothered, when you know all that stuff is just bull, because when you are applying for your FMCSA, you're gonna have to put your phone number, and this is where they're mostly finding you and all the application that you fill out. Go ahead and put your business phone number so that you won't be bothered on your personal phone by all of these cold calls. Another main important thing, guys, one thing you're gonna need for the box truck business is a FMCSA motor trucking authority. This does cost a $300 application fee, and it takes 21 days waiting period, 21 business days to start up, guys. And before your 21 days is over, you will need to put commercial insurance on this policy. So the commercial insurance is going to require three things. It's going to require $1 million auto liability, $100,000 cargo liability, and then you will need general liability as well. So I will teach you a way to save money when you're starting this insurance policy and how to save more money every month with your insurance policy, because we all know trucking commercial insurance is very expensive. All you would have to do to obtain this knowledge is watch this video right here, and you can learn how to get the cheapest rate, how to get the cheapest down payment, and how to pay a cheaper monthly payment. But on the other hand, the cargo van business doesn't necessarily require this MC and DOT number that you will get from the FFCSA. All you would need is just simply a EIN number so that you can fill out a W-9 and so that you can get a 1099 and be a subcontractor, guys. If you like this information that I'm giving out so far, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, man, and you might as well go ahead and subscribe while we're at it, because more good information to come. Back to the video. Woo! So since we're still talking about price, we're also going to talk about the price difference between the average loads for these two vehicles. So for cargo van, guys, you're going to be getting about $100 to $500 per load, guys, and this depends just on how far you drive. So a rate for the cargo van could be 70 cents per mile up to $2 per mile, and then the box truck, guys, you could be making, you know, $300 to even sometimes $2,000 for just one single load, guys. This is just, you know, the ranges of what these rates are going for. So with Boxtruck, you can get $300 on the minimum. Now $300, you can get a $300 load for an 80-mile trip, man, and this will only take you like an hour and a half to do. And then up to $2,000. Now for this $2,000 load, it might take you a day and a half to do. And even with a box truck, you can make up to $3,500 if you're trying to go coast to coast from Florida to California. They are paying about $30,000 to about $3,400 on the regular from East Coast to West Coast. Also, another big thing to worry about when you are doing the similarities is you're gonna need straps, guys. You're gonna need some type of equipment. You're gonna want straps. You might want to get some blankets, but straps is gonna be the most important because it is a safety regulation. You're gonna want straps for both of these, man, and you want to strap these loads down on every load that you get, no matter what it is. So one thing about the box truck is, depending on what your freight is, you will be unloading or loading up your truck sometimes in this industry. So you will be loading if it is, you know, a pallet jack load. If it's a couple of boxes, a couple of pallets on a, you know, warehouse, guys, they will have you go in the warehouse and put it on yourself. They're gonna bring you the freight and you got to put it on your truck yourself, especially Amazon. If you want to work for Amazon, they have a policy where they can't touch the load at all. They just simply give it to you and that you go in your truck and do it yourself, because they don't want people in people's truck. With cargo van, the same thing. You might have to load and unload. You might have to help the shipper put that thing in the van or take it out the van, but most of the times with the box truck, you're gonna be getting loaded up by the members of the warehouse. You're gonna be getting loaded up, and just sometimes you might have to unload, guys. It's very rare where you would have to unload, but like I said, depending on what freight it is. So if it's heavy, you be expecting to not be able to unload it, but if it's light, if it's just boxes on a pallet, you're probably gonna have to load it or unload it. And then the small difference is that the cargo van is a very light vehicle. It's easier to drive. You don't really have to worry about too much. You don't have to worry about blind spots that much. You don't have to worry about, you know, making the turn in the right time. But versus the box truck, you're driving a big truck, guys. This thing's like more than half the size of a semi. You're probably not used to it if you haven't did it before, but it's a big truck. There is a lot of blind spots. There is a lot of turn radius that you won't be able to make, guys. You're gonna have to keep backing up and redoing it, and you know, turn radius is a big thing as well, because now you can put other cars in jeopardy if you don't know how to turn right. And also in a box truck, a big health concern is that you can't let the seat back. The seat is always straight up, guys, so your back is gonna be hurting after a couple of hours. You can best believe that. And in a box truck, they do have some seating. Some box trucks have that seating where you can lay down and go to sleep in the truck for when you're over the road. And for cargo vans, sometimes you might want to get you, you know, an inflatable bed or even an army military cot and set it up in the back of the cargo van and go to sleep, so you can save money on hotel expenses and living expenses while you're over the road. And the last thing I want to go over is insurance costs. So the insurance for my cargo van was about $800 a month, guys. $804 to be exact. And this is for, you know, everything that you would need. The $1 million auto, the $100,000 cargo, and the general liability. This is everything you need, and I have a 2011 cargo van. So it's $800 for me, and I know Boxtruck insurance is going for $1,200 to sometimes even $1,500 for just one truck, guys. And the insurance company I went through is Progressive, and you can also go through another insurance company that will give you a cheap quote called Byberg. A lot of information that I just relayed to you in this video. I hope you guys retained most of it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to comment what you want to learn next, man, and don't forget to go in the link in the description and get you a lot of ebook and schedule a coaching call so you can get a lot of information that you would need to know to make this successful six-figure business. But until tomorrow, this is Black Investors Group. We do make investing easy, and we do post daily, so turn on that bell so you can get notified for daily investment tips, and we will see you tomorrow. My name's KINGLATTA, and we out. Woo!
You talking money, want all of it, please. I broke before, got me stuck in a dream.